So first, we have what can only be described as Jordan Peterson committing one of the biggest sins, in my opinion, and then Elon and Trump yesterday. Wow, there is lots to get into today. So welcome back to the Freedom Pines podcast. I'm your host, Jamie B. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into today's video. So first, I'm going to talk about Jordan Peterson. Listen, I know that people wonder, why does this stuff matter? Jordan Peterson was the only person that was interviewing Pierre Poilievre, and it was the only interview that existed. So when it comes to center/right-leaning spaces, when it comes to like social media and stuff, Jordan Peterson's name is going to come up, okay? And the other day he did a jubilee where it was one Christian versus however many atheists, and the man wouldn't admit that he's a Christian, which I thought was like the one thing that gets you into HE double hockey sticks. Am I wrong here? I don't think God wants you to get in front of millions of people, because that's how many people watch these videos, and say that you don't believe in him, or that you don't have to say that you believe in him. I don't think that that's the answer to that question. First of all, I think Jordan Peterson needs to take a massive social media break and get healthy again, because I think that something happened when he became addicted to the medication, and I think it's really kind of messed up his mental health. We see him, being a hypocrite because his bed's not made, and one of his biggest thing is make your bed, blah, 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 blah. Get up and do the work. And then even when it comes to how black and white he is in regards to divorce, which is wild because he doesn't have a very strong religious tie to any specific religion, but he pushes that despite his daughter being divorced, which I don't disagree with Michaela getting divorced. She should be able to do whatever she wants to do. But this is not Jordan Peterson's only slip up either. And yesterday I follow him on Spotify, and he uploaded a video saying, why can't people admit when they're wrong? He was wrong about Candace Owens, and he won't admit that he's wrong about Candace Owens. He was mad at Candace Owens for saying Christ is king. I don't, and the things that he said about her as well, after being her coworker for so long, and only one thing she criticized made him turn on her. I just can't really look at him the same anymore. And it sucks because he's brought so much good to the space that, his behavior right now is overshadowing all of the good work that he's done. And he was already kind of unraveling. Listen, I understand that our government was being petty when they took him to strip him of his license. I understand that. But another thing is, guys, when you work for the government, you know what you're signing up for. You have to go through all of these things in school you're no longer just representing yourself. You're representing the collegiate whatever it's called, group, the psychologists in Canada. And for him I don't think he should have been let go of or, questioned if he was saying what he wanted to say nicely, but that's not how he was saying it. He was getting online, like saying mean things to Elliot Page. You can disagree with how Elliot Page is living without being rude. Because I can have an opinion about that and not sound rude, because quite frankly, we know how to talk. We've been taught how to see things from every perspective. And it's kind of shocking that someone like Jordan Peterson doesn't stick to that's the thing, is like, what are his morals? Because he's not a Christian. He's not a Christ follower. Why is he not admitting that? I'll never understand that. But I digress. Please, Michaela, his wife, let him chill out. Let him take the season off and garden. All right. Get his mind back. Get him exercising. Okay. Let's let Jordan rest and then come back when he's ready. Okay. So now we're going to move on to Trump and Elon. Okay. I have many thoughts on this. First of all, this is what happens when you go against someone who has autism. Petty, okay? Because he's really just focused, like, to me. First of all, Elon, first of all, he has a black eye. I'm just going to say that. I don't know what to think about it, but he's got one, and that's a noticeable thing. Okay, number one. Number two, this man has not been quiet about his want of transhumanism, but I didn't know if he had changed or not, if he truly had changed. I think that he might have. I don't know. Because Trump is now working, I don't know if you guys know this, but the guy who Trump is working with, Elon and him went toe-to-toe to basically, Elon advocated for regulated, not open AI, and this guy wants open AI unregulated, which is what America's getting. So good luck with that. I just got to say that. In regards to, I made a TikTok about this. In regards to the children, by the way, how do we fix this AI problem? I don't know, get kids to write things out again? Hello? Anyways, now there's lots of opinions when it comes to this. Some people think this is theater and not real, and that this is all for show, and that other things are being distracted from. Maybe, yeah, maybe. Or maybe this is actually not a good thing. And I have seen the downfall of what happens. Look at the Democrats. When people aren't standing together, that is what happened with the Democrats. Trump had so many strong figures in his cabinet with support, including Elon, and he just continues to drop the ball. Like when the Epstein files, you guys, what was that? Okay. I appreciate some of what Trump is doing, like I said, but I'm also not in the camp of not being able to criticize him. And I don't think it was a good idea for him to criticize Elon. Elon just said, basically, he's like undoing all of the things that he just got me to do, which is understandable, okay? And for Trump to want to spend that much money and then have the next government would presumably be maybe a Democrat come in and spend more and more and more, that's not going to go as according to plan. This seems so weird to me, okay? Because I am sketched out by Elon. But I also agree with Elon here. If he's truly on the Epstein list, like in a bad way, because I know that billionaires be billionairing, okay? I understand that being on a flight log might not mean that you, like he was at Mar-a-Lago, found out, and the word is that Trump was the one that told the FBI, like, hey, he's doing this. He tried to do this here. That's the story that I've heard, okay? I'm actually not under the impression that anybody can save us, and this is why I believe in God. Frank Vaughn says that. That's my most important thing, is get right with God, because they're about to throw so much at us, whether it be the AI stuff. Nothing. The AI that I've seen looks so incredibly real, you guys. It is terrifying. Terrifying. And maybe a little bit miraculous, because maybe we won't have to exploit children anymore. Maybe we could just use AI children in movies, okay? But I like a lot of what Trump's doing, but it just seems like it's undone as soon as he does this bill. And then there's our government, who wants to sneak in more surveillance at the borders to protect us. Might I remind you, the same government who has had hackers, okay? I have had my entire identity stolen almost with my Instagram, because once they know your password to Instagram, they know your email, they'll try to get into your email. Make sure you have double authentication factor on if you are watching this, for the love of Pete. Someone went into my Instagram, pretended to be me, and then extorted my friends. Yeah, exactly. Do you think that the cops did anything? Do you think they can do anything? No. Nope. They can't, okay? They can't. Sure. This would give them the right to search your mail, your phone. Guys, they already do so much to us. I do not know how much more they could do, possibly do. How much more could these people possibly do to want to strip us from our privacy? Genuinely, they can, as soon as the Freedom Convoy thing happened, where they froze bank accounts, I was like, oh, they're monitoring everything we do. If they can tell immediately that we donated money, that means they have already had access to our bank accounts, okay, and our phones. Something, whatever it was that made them, and you know what? I don't know if you guys have watched my why I stood for the Freedom Convoy. Public Health told me they were monitoring my phone. Public health told me they were monitoring my phone. When I was first in lockdown, I was the first school to be put into lockdown, okay? Public health called me and said, you better not leave your house. We are watching you and we're tracking you. I said, you said that to the wrong fucking person. What do you mean you're tracking me? Tracking me. And then they kind of just went silent because I could tell it was a bunch of people who had no idea what they were doing. They had obviously just hired a bunch of people to work for public health and regurgitate these messages. Well, some of us were getting different messages than others. And I got the, hey, we're monitoring you. And you know how I know it was true? First of all, I was so scared after they told me that I went to go get tested. Yeah, I was tested over probably 50 times because if you didn't get tested, you weren't allowed to come back to work, by the way. But they also were like, but don't stop anywhere. If you stop anywhere, we'll find you and we'll see that you're stopped. I fucking ran out of gas because I was so scared to stop for gas. I ran out of gas on the way back. My husband had to come and put gas in the car. So, yeah, they're already doing all of this to us, in my opinion. How, if they aren't already doing this, how did they all know immediately who was donating and stuff and to be able to shut it down without a permit? Nothing is more annoying to me than, and this was even when I was on the left, and I never understood why hashtag Save the Children was anything right-leaning in the first place, why that would ever be a thing. But the fact that that Instagram, IG can allow child you-know-what material on there, abuse, okay? You're telling me that, but you can tell every single time I mention the word panini press, the real word. No, okay, all right. So Ian Carroll brought up yesterday Larry Ellison, and let's just listen to Larry Ellison, who works for Donald Trump, in his own words.
You know, I'll just let him talk because he doesn't make it sound any better.
Mm-hmm. Your body cams will be transmitting that. The police will be on their best behavior because we're constantly recording, watching and recording everything that's going on. Citizens will be on their best behavior because we're constantly recording and reporting everything that's going on. We actually take the video that the police officer is, by the way, and the camera's always on. You don't turn it on and off. And by the way, the way you turn it on, you can't turn it on. I'm going to the bathroom. Oracle, I need 2 minutes to take a bathroom break, and we'll turn it off. The truth is, we don't really turn it off. What we do is we record it so no one can see it, but no one can get into that recording without a court order.
Oh.
Okay, so I don't know if I have good news for you guys, but the best news is, okay, and I said this yesterday in a TikTok, we can just unplug. I know that's really not good for me because I'm asking you to share my videos and stuff and watch, but you know, if you're feeling overwhelmed, just leave. Just leave. Even if you put on music. I'm not somebody who doesn't listen to music. I know a lot of people say that it's evil and stuff, but oh my gosh, what am I going to have? I don't watch TV. I don't indulge in any, I don't even drink alcohol, you guys, okay? I do drink coffee. But yeah, I need something. And don't tell me that some of the best moments of your life aren't driving to the beach with the windows down and your favorite song playing. So, I'm just saying, get in touch with nature this year. Please get in touch with nature because that's the only thing that's going to keep us sane. Like I said, we are in the part of the Hunger Games where we are wondering what is real and what is not. It's scary. They can create different realities and it's so insane, okay? I'll do another, like a big video on AI because I have so many thoughts. And if you guys have watched Person of Interest and if you watched up until now, tell me if you've watched Person of Interest in the comments because do you think that's what this is leading to? Anyways, guys, tell me what you think. Tell me, do you think that Jordan Peterson should take a break? Do you think he's fine? Tell me what you guys think about Donald Trump and Elon Musk and where this is going to lead to. Do you think Donald was actually, like, Elon Musk knows that he could get in a lot of crap if he said that. I don't know, guys. It ain't looking too good. It ain't looking too good. It looks like things are, I don't know. Isn't that what they want us to think, though? Anyways, guys, you have a fabulous day, and make sure you have an incredible weekend. And I might see you this weekend, but if not, I will see you guys back here on Monday. Have a great weekend, guys.